recently purchased this Takumi machine from Lead Precision Machine Tools. What was the reason behind buying it?
We've gained a large contract and we have to do some large format machining. I've currently got large X-axis machines, but I had nothing with a larger Y on it, and I needed a high-speed aluminium machine.
And does this offer you both of those?
Yes, it does. It's 2.2 in X, 1.6 in Y. It's got a 15,000 spindle, and it is perfect for high-speed aluminium machining.
And is that what you're going to be doing? Is it predominantly going to be machining aluminium? Because this part you've got on here looks like steel.
Yeah, we've only had the machine a couple of months. The contract for me is not starting yet until the next few months. We've done some of it already, but we've done it on our other machines. We just stuck that on there to just to have a go, really. Okay,
now it's a high-spec machine, isn't it? It comes with linear scales. It's got a high-speed spindle, 15,000 RPM, through spindle coolant. Are those the sorts of things you need or you wanted for the work you're going to be tackling?
It is really, because for me, it's all about getting the job off the machine and being accurate at the same time. The job I've got isn't particularly fussy on tolerances, but I will want to remove metal as quick as I possibly can. So high-speed spindle, getting the chips away from the cut as quick as possible, all helps to get the job off the machine.
And is this your first bridge-type machining centre?
It is my first bridge-type machining centre. I've thought about it for a while, but this is my first skirmish into the bridge-type machining. Yeah.
Now, what interests me is the Takumi brand. You've obviously spent. I mean, this has cost your business a lot of money. I mean, it's a very economical machine. But when you make a purchase like this, you need to get it right. So you must have explored Takumi and found out, well, what are the reasons why you actually bought it?
Okay, well, it's a little bit of an accident how I managed to find the brand. Because of my relationship with Leadwell. We've had Leadwells for years and years, and I went to the Mac exhibition and I stopped on the Leadwell stand, and it was just through a conversation with the guys at Leadwell that I was up there looking for a large format machine, and they said, well, we do it for large format machine, and then obviously they introduced me to the Takumi brand. Never heard of it before. A little bit worried, obviously, because I'd never heard of it before, but yeah, I've done my research, I've had a look. I've done a bit of Googling around the marketplace to see where they are in the country and how long they've been here. I've looked at the company in Taiwan. It does what it says on the tin.
And you said to me earlier that you performed some searches on the internet to find out whether there were lots of these machines for sale, how long companies had them, and that's what gave you confidence as well, wasn't it?
It did. I looked around through auction sites and things for sale, and there are a few out there, and they're all sort of 15, 20 years old. They're still in working order. They've obviously been maintained by Leadwell. Or Lead Machine Tools, yeah, that gives me confidence, yeah.
Now, it's a meionite casting machine, so there's a lot of attention gone into the quality of the build. The access, you can see as we open the doors, you can get into the machine and load parts. Those are big factors for you too, aren't they?
It will be, because my plan is to stick a 1.5 by 2 metre aluminium plate on here and then nest a few parts out of it, rather than do one part at a time. So yeah, getting a large job in here is prime for me. Plus the fact, every now and again we do some odd things, and you can open up the front door, you can open the back door. I could stick 20 metres on it if I wanted to and just work in bits of it, you know. It's quite versatile.
And I'm sensing that Y-axis is a big kind of factor as well.
Y-axis is my big thing. I mean, I've got 3 metre machines here. I've had 3 metre machines here for years. But my constraints have always been 850-ish in the Y. And a lot of these plates are metre plus 1.5. So there, I needed something bigger in the Y. It's not so much X, it's the Y for me.
And engineers always like to know how much these things cost, and I know you're not going to tell us exactly, but is it competitive when you were looking around the market and looking at the other options for you, taking quality and price into account? How did both of those perform?
It's massively beneficial, I think. The machines, I can't fault the quality. Obviously, we haven't run it in anger yet, but from what I know of it, it's 30 tons in weight, there or thereabouts. It's a solid built machine, you know. I like all the touches. There's no corners being cut with it. I'm looking at all the other machines I've got. It stands there with all the rest of them. Absolutely. And for the price, that's fantastic.
Okay, and then you've also got coming next to this shortly, which we won't labour on, but you've got a Kao Ming machine which you bought from Lead Machine Tools as well. Right. It's going to complement this one quite nicely.
It is. I've got part of the contract is obviously there's aluminium parts, but the other part there's some armour steel parts. And obviously, whilst I got to be fair, we'll also say once I opened the doors here on this machine, I found some steel chips inside the machine from their trials, which are pretty significant, I got to be honest. So I'm actually quite excited to put some steel on it as well, which is why we got that job on here, because although it's a high-speed aluminium machine, it's got some grunt.
So you're telling me that those two augers down either side didn't get rid of the steel?
I think okay, we'll see.
Maybe they left it in there for the reason.
Absolutely. Well, I was pretty impressed. In fact, I asked Leadwell to tell me what they did as their trial machining, and they've gone away to find that out. Because I was quite impressed with the size of what's in there, unless they've just thrown that in for sale.
Well, I have seen these machines in action before. We have at MTD. So I ask you these questions, but I know that what you're saying is right. We've seen them in action. There aren't as many Takumi machines in the country as there are Leadwell machines, but there's a reason for that, because it's a bigger machine for a niche industry.
Absolutely. It is. You don't want one of these unless you've got the work for it. And then same with the combing. I've got the combing, as you said, coming. Different to this, that's going to be doing my steel. That's a high torque machine, plenty of grunt. Both have got face and taper spindles.
Well, this is a BT40.
It is, but this is face and taper as well, so you've got that bit of extra, rigidity. The combing's got a bigger taper on it. It's also 5-face as well, so it gives me a bit more versatility. So I think the two together is just going to, I can't wait.
Strengthen your offering. Thanks, Simon.
Absolutely, thank you.